I have listened to one song by Shaboozey so far on this channel. I know of some of his one of his latest radio hits, but this one's called Good News, and I want to check it out with you. Hey everybody, welcome to the Ultimate YouTube channel. It's your girl Rosalie. This is so freaking powerful. Guess what time it is? Let's keep this short and simple, but I had to come on here. So often we're stuck in our own little world, but it's all so much bigger than we realize. I'm intrigued by this artist. I love seeing people from all walks of life, I don't like saying races because I feel like there's only one human race, but all shades of brown and all cultures, languages, nationalities, origins come together and represent in the various music industries. And I love how he brings soul with country and he makes it his own, and he is leaving a mark in the country genre, I guess you could say. I really like that about this artist. He's referred to as an American rapper, singer, songwriter, but he blends hip hop with country, rock, and Americana. I said that very American. I love people showing up from all walks of life who you may not suspect it, right? When you see someone with the locks and the twists, and you might not assume that they are amazing country Americana artists. And here you go. Surprise. So I want to check this one out with you. Shaboozey, Good News. I love his voice. So much soul.
Man, what a hell of a year it's been. Keep on bluffing, but I just can't win. Drown my sorrows, but they learn to swim.
Ooh.
Man, what a hell of a year it's been.
I like that green screen. Every reel.
Head in a bottle, put my heart in a case. It's getting harder to act my age. Play a sad song on a tiny violin for the man at the bar confessing his sins. I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil will walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news.
Ooh, I like this.
Love keeps knocking, but I just stay home. I ain't picking no flowers for the seeds that I'm sown. They say it gets darker when you're coming on door. Still looking for the right at the end of my wrongs. At the end of my wrongs, I need some good news. Sitting there sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil will walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Try to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news.
I love the grit and the rasp in his voice.
Good news, sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil wouldn't walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. All I really need is a little. Something bring me back to the middle. All I really need is a little good news.
I respect this guy a lot. I really love that there's a lot of authenticity. He seems like a humble, down-to-earth guy. And I love that contrast between the soulfulness, the richness of his voice, that grit and rasp you can hear in combination with that country, bluesy, Americana feel. Like I said earlier, I love seeing when people from all walks of life are creating art and doing something beautiful with their music, with their lives. especially when you wouldn't expect it. When they open their mouths and you wouldn't expect the type of genre that they're in or the type of vibe that they bring and the art that they create. I love when people break boxes and stereotypes and that type of stuff. But even though I don't know him personally, he seems like a real down-to-earth person who is still very much in touch with real life and real people, even though he's becoming more and more famous as we speak. Go check him out. Go subscribe to his channel. Let's support this guy and get him to at least 1 million subscribers on YouTube. What I find beautiful about this is how simple the setup was for the music video, that green screen that looked very natural, not that bright screen we're used to usually. The pickup truck in the background, the tree, his outfit, very fitting to your typical country setting. But then I loved the duality of the very sad, actually, very real lyrics in contrast with that upbeat tempo and the violin, the violas, the very typical country feel, where you would imagine people are going to sing something happy. We're going to go to a party and sip on our cold beer and have a good time. And, the music contrasted the lyrics, and I love that. A lot of times when you look at country music and you have a song about someone's heartbreak and their dog dying and the pickup truck broke down, it may be more of a sad song. And then you have the upbeat ones that have the type of tempo, rhythm, and elements like so. And it would be more we're going to have a good time and go to the club or go to the party or all meet at the barn and do line dancing. And here I'm seeing that duality, and I appreciate that because it still has a composition that makes you feel better. And that's beautiful because ultimately the problem being presented here is that of hardships of life, loneliness, and that will look different for everybody. But I love the honest conversation about, I'm trying to get rid of the old me. I think many people can relate to that, leaving the past behind, mistakes we've made, things that are behind us, trying to move into the future. But it also comes with a lot of other problems. And I love how he showcased all kinds of people from all kinds of walks of life, people with deep lines in their face where you can just see how weather and wind and life has worn on them, where you see people that are real. We don't have people here all dolled up and pretty from makeup behind a filter. This is real. And I think there's a hunger for people for authentic human relationship, human connection, authentic people, especially in a day and age where things seem to be moving faster and faster in that swipe culture, the swulture as I call it, where people's attention spans are getting shorter, where we can filter things. And now it's increasing more and more, even with AI. We don't know what's real or what's not. I think there's a hunger for people to know they're not alone. And beyond a simple phrase where we go, oh, you're not alone, you'll be okay. Actually seeing people hurting, actually seeing people go, yes, I get it. And so him showcasing these different people from walks of life, your regular blue collar workers who are working the 9 to 5, trying to provide, who have gone through divorce, who have children, who maybe out here making bad decisions, who maybe have buried their spouses or lost a loved one or lost a child, people who I can only imagine what their story is. Him going through him having these people on this video, it made me want to pause and look at each of them and wonder, what are they going through? What is their life story? Because everyone has one. We often forget that we are the side characters in other people's story. They are the main characters in their own. We are someone who may or may not be remembered in their story. We are the main character in our own. And sometimes I think we forget that the world doesn't revolve around us and that the way I see the world is just my lens. Everybody else is just looking at me, watching me watch them. It's not their reality, what I've experienced and perceived. And so even to say that even the devil wouldn't walk in my shoes was very poignant, because I think it implies not even he, as evil and dark as the devil is looked at or portrayed as, not even he could do what I did. Not even he, the devil himself, could endure what I've done. People don't know where I've been. I'm trying to leave the past behind. I'm sipping on the cold truth, which was a cool play on usually how country songs are talking about sipping on a cold beer or a cold drink. Here we're talking about sipping on cold truth, longing for good news. And that was catchy because I think a lot of times, especially in America, you have this I'm going to call it a religious trend, or I'm going to call it a religious lingo, where Christianity oftentimes is also like a cultural thing. And you have people who are like, God bless you, especially in the South, where country music is often known to be prevalent. You have mindsets of God bless you and, let me tell you the good news about the Lord Jesus Christ. Like I'm stereotyping now, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I think these ideas of good news in a religious sense are often connected with people in the South sipping on their cold beer, telling other people, God bless your heart. And wanting to tell other people about good news in the religious sense. And here you have a very real person saying, I'm sipping on cold truth. I'm dealing with real life. I'm hurting. I got these lines in my face. That's what I was noticing of that tell a story. Lines that tell a story of years lived. Maybe some of them lived well. Maybe some of them lived not so great. But real people with real life story and real pain, and we're sipping that cold truth. We long for good news. Tell me something good. I think it's this play on, for me, what we know often as good truth in the sense of the gospel and Christianity and hope. But here a human being going, I need something good. I need to hear something good, right? The news, social media, they bombard us with negativity. The real world experiences show us that life's hard. We all have our stories. I need good news. Give me something hopeful. And that contrast with that more upbeat musical composition was really neat. I also think that there's something therapeutic about that in and of itself, to talk about something hard and sing about something heavy, but doing it with an upbeat melody that naturally will counter what we're hearing. I'm hearing that life's hard. I'm hearing that I'm struggling, but my conscious and subconscious and the neurons in my brain are perceiving an upbeat melody. And naturally, music affects us psychologically. When you hear a certain beat, when there's a certain time signature involved, when there's a certain musical instruments, they affect us. They might be more dramatic. It might create a level of joy. It influences us, either conscious or subconsciously. So I like the therapeutic idea of talking about the hard stuff, seeing real life people, singing about the problem and the solution, as in I need good news, give me something good, but doing it on top of a hopeful melody. I feel like that can rewire our brain to find something joyful even in the pain. To go, okay, this is my hard reality, but now I got a melody that's making me do this. And by default, I think that our body then can release good feeling, to simplify it, good feeling hormones and chemicals that make us feel good, even though the problem still exists, even though I'm still hurting. And that's where music can be so therapeutic. We can not so much trick our brain, if you will, but rewire our brain and reteach our mind to think differently by having a song that is more upbeat as we're dealing with hardships. And there's a time and a place for that too, and I think that's beautiful. What do you think? Go support Shaboozey, and if you are new to his music, tell him I sent you on the YouTube channel, and I will see you on the next ride. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next ride. Heyo!